Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Die by the Sword podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Midnight Syndicate for the use of their music. Go listen to them at midnightsyndicate.com. And then Sword Coast Soundscapes, they give us all those spooky noises, and you can listen to them at youtube.com/swordcoastsoundscapes. Also, don't forget to like us on Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out. Leave us a review. Tell us how good we are, or how bad. Don't tell us how bad we are. All right, well, anyway, let's get into the episode.
And welcome to the bunker, bringing you the Die by the Sword podcast, bringing you all the tabletop role-playing action you can desire in this post-apocalyptic wasteland.
You know, this is the most boring apocalypse I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, it's pretty tame.
How many apocalypses have you been a part of?
What is the plural of apocalypse?
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 Apocalypse.
Apocalypses.
Post-apocalyptic.
Go with it. Go with it. Take it all the way to the end.
I thought I did.
Post-apocalyptic.
Oh, come on. It needs to be like a mecha like a high.
Yeah.
So our listeners with high perception may have noticed that Gary sounds a little bit different this time.
Gary is reporting from underwater. He's hiding out in his bunker in the Gulf of Mexico.
Truly in a bunker. The county that I live in is under a shelter-in-place order, so I couldn't be there physically with everybody. So I am calling in from Skype.
Yep, and ours starts a shelter in place tonight, so we're getting our last recording in person that we can.
Yes.
Yep.
Sans
They may all
Gary.
be on Skype.
However, the one benefit of this is Gary has been replaced by our cat Liara in the GM's chair.
Yeah, she immediately jumped into the chair.
Well, now she's on the table,
Yeah, she
lounging.
upgraded to the table.
Well, she couldn't see from the chair. Just like, I mean,
Yeah.
like our old GM, he couldn't see from his chair.
Well, she's not quite as tall as Gary.
Yeah. Gary's only slightly taller than a cat.
Yeah, you
She's a pretty big kitty. Liara, show your face.
Right, pause while I try to get a picture of Liara.
Get it? Pause.
Oh, damn it. Fucking cat.
And she does it without even looking at the map.
Liara.
She's that good.
She's that good.
Liara, kitty.
She keeps turning. So you're trying to get a picture of her. There she goes.
Oh, I think I got one.
I heard that.
It's on silent.
I tried to, I can turn my volume all the way down and my phone still rings. I don't get it.
On the newer ones, at least on mine, there's a separate,
Yeah,
the
it's a
volume
separate
versus the ringer. Like, it's a different setting.
Well, that's really, is that why that yours has the little bell with the line through it that
Yep.
I never put on?
Yep, that's the one.
How do I take it off? I haven't been able to find out where it actually exists.
I could take a look at it later. I know where it is on our phone.
Thank you. It's like, I know what you're thinking, Noelle. I know what you're thinking.
Okay, Boomer.
Just get it out of your system.
I mean, you don't present a lot of you're fairly tech savvy, mommy, so you don't present a lot of opportunities for me to make fun of it.
I realized ellipses are my weak spot.
That's apparently a thing, right?
It is apparently a thing. That was what I first noticed. I thought, I do that. It was like, how do you know if you're a boomer, sort of thing?
They apparently overuse ellipses.
Overuse of ellipses. Yes, that's definitely my.
I know your sister texted me and she used a bunch of ellipses.
I know. It's like, well, and then the whole. We've got a group text going with the family, but it was a picture of a priest who in Italy would set up his phone
to
record
service.
mass. Yeah, to do service. But he'd put the filters on. So like the first thing is with the space helmet on. And it switches to Blues Brothers fedora and sunglasses. It was pretty screaming
And then
funny.
he opened his mouth and a rainbow fell out.
And there were sparkles that came out, yes.
Yeah, it was
pretty funny.
Hilarious. I think the space helmet was my favorite.
But I knew that Noelle was thinking about me. I knew what she was thinking.
I wonder how Liara is going to try to kill us. I presume it's going to be, and suddenly a giant cat walks onto the map.
Field.
I thought you meant in real life. I was just...
Usually tripping.
Yeah, no, she's just waiting until it's dark.
Yeah, no, she's a shadow.
Gary, don't you have a cat trying to murder you in the dark story?
I have a story of a black cat laying on a black bath mat and tripping over her.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, what about the time she tried to push you down the stairs?
That too. She just rushed by and knocked my legs out from under me.
Is this cat a panther?
Yes, she is.
She's a little mini panther.
She's the sweetest, meanest panther you'll ever meet.
I got a scar from her on your birthday, Philip. Took like a year for it to heal.
Was she mad at you?
Oh, it was my fault. I was trying to hold her like a baby, and she was not having it. I fully deserved the injury.
Well, Liara shares it. She has a fear of me walking around at night that Lando does not have, because Lando is a white cat, and Liara is a black cat, and I can't see her.
And she's also quiet at night.
Yeah, Lando's usually making noise.
So I have to say, I would prefer fighting... Well, I don't ever want to fight a cat, but I think I'd prefer to fight a cat monster over demon children
hiding in a bush
covered in bear traps.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
The demon shell's not covered in bear traps. You might be covered in bear traps later.
No, because my unseen servant had tripped all of them, remember?
That was pretty funny.
Every single one. That was really good thinking.
I love using other things as meat shields.
Well, there's no meat on this shield.
Doesn't matter. It protected me.
All right, so...
I guess we'll hop into it.
Yes.
Yeah,
so where do we leave? I got a channel off on it, and then it's...
You did get the channel. It's saved, so it took half the damage from the channel.
And we were rolling for initiative next.
Yes, we had not done that yet.
Yeah, and I'm already carry, so take that.
Roderick will not be cleaning at you this time.
I'm sure you'll find something.
All right, let's roll for those initiatives.
8.
4.
Not as bad as Carrie.
4 for Vinley/Carrie.
15 for Roderick.
15, and Vivian.
20.
20.
I know. It's crazy for a cleric.
The one that matters.
All right, well, it just so happens that Vivian is going first.
Crap, now I have to think of something to do.
Channel him again.
Knowledge. Wait, we already did a knowledge religion, right?
Yeah, we already know that it's a
wraith.
Okay.
A baby wraith.
Baby wraith.
Fun.
Okay. I'm so nervous. I'm going to do a positive pulse. What am I rolling? What am I doing?
You're rolling the wrong die.
I know. I don't want to kill children, even if they're crazy little children.
She was not ready for it to be her turn.
No, I wasn't. I'd never roll high on initiative. It was totally unexpected.
Is this,
Gary, from the knowledge roll, did I learn if these were, are they ghosts? Are they tangible?
They are incorporeal undead.
Okay. I'm just conflicted as to what to use right away.
Well, I mean, positive pulse was a good option.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna positive pulse, so give me a will save, Gary.
A will save.
Will save, I say.
That is an 18 on the will save.
I don't like that you did an 18. Sorry, I haven't used this in a while. So, will negates. Alright, so nothing happens. Boo.
Alright, so save on the positive pulse. Roderick. Or did you want to move or anything like that, Vivian?
No.
Yeah, no, let's all stay lined up like that. That's perfect.
Yeah, straight line. Right, ready for that dragon to come in. Gotcha.
Alright, well, for lack of a better option, Roderick is going to cast Magic Missile at the Great Spawn. It's 3d4. He has 3 now, because he's level 5.
Oh, Richard.
Natural rolled a 2, a 1, and a 1.
2, 1, and a 1.
So that's a total of 7 points of force damage, which fully affects an incorporeal creature.
It does.
And Roderick is going to flank off to the left.
Flank off.
Flank off to the left. Alright, so it is Guard's turn. I guess he'll go after Roderick, since you're the last one that hit him.
So he flies towards Roderick?
Yes. So Guard will fly toward Roderick, since Roderick is the last one to hit him. He's going to try to reach out and touch you.
That's so rude.
That is a 13 against touch.
That will hit.
Well, it would be a 14 anyway. I can add. Math. Yay.
Well, a 14 misses.
Nicely done.
Okay. So you will take 4 points of negative energy and make a fortitude save.
Alrighty.
Roderick.
It's not great. It's a 13.
Ooh, that fails. So with that, you will also take 2 points of Constitution damage. Actually, yeah. Let me double. No, that's Constitution drain. 2 points of Constitution drain.
This is not good.
Wait, what's the difference?
Drain doesn't go away.
So you can't be healed.
You have to have a really high level spell cast on you to fix it.
That is not good.
Can one of the lawyers do it?
We'll find out later when we're not fighting.
But basically, this is the first one of these. How many more are there?
Oh yeah, we're on level 1.
How many children died? 6?
Well, we can't be guaranteed that all of them turned into a wraith spawn.
Right.
I think I'm approaching right now with the idea
it's a safe
that they're all
yes. Yeah.
red spot.
So after taking that Constitution drain, Roderick, give me a perception check.
Much better. It's a 28.
All right, with that, you notice that as it reaches out and touches you, as you feel weaker, it starts to look stronger.
It's healing itself by touching me.
It's very awkward.
That is awkward, especially since I'm minor.
It just sounds very weird.
I'm going to be glad when this whole town is over.
Can we just burn this place?
I think it's already been burned.
Let's burn it again.
The town is over. We're just revisiting it.
Just teach this wraith child social distancing. That's all you need to do.
Teach your children well. Step back, will you, Roderick?
Well, he can't right now.
It's not my turn.
No, but it is Zenobia's turn.
So, I'm going to charge this creature, and I'm going to charge to a flanking position.
Which you can do.
Which I can do. Which adds +1 for the charge, +2 for the flank to my attack.
Yep.
Roll.
And before that, you had poured holy water on your weapon.
And before that, I had poured holy water on my weapon, which doesn't change anything to the attack, but it does change the damage.
Yes,
Cool.
ma'am.
Sounds
All right.
good.
So, and 11, 16.
16 hits.
Oh, yay! Thank goodness for that.
Thank Pharasma.
It barely hit, but it hit.
So, and as I'm swinging, I'm saying, I'm sorry, child, but I'm here to release you. And now we roll damage. Okay, so the holy water does 2d4. That's whopping 2 minimum.
The D4s are not kind to us today.
D4s are not kind to us today. But 1d8. So that's 5 plus 3, 8.
So
a grand total of 10.
10.
Well, so it's 8.
Now,
8 from the magic weapon, and then 2
From the holy water.
But it all gets halved the same.
yeah, because this is an incorporeal creature, it would take half damage because you're using a magical weapon. So even the holy water is halved because it's from a corporeal source.
Right. And I do remember this the last time we fought incorporeal things. However, it still hits.
Yep, it did hit. Still did. So 5 after we have it, which is still good.
Can I step back now?
No, because you moved up. That's next turn.
Alright.
She hates being in melee.
I hate being in melee, I really do.
Well, that's terrible for a slayer. You need to be in melee.
No, I think you need to read about slayers.
They're basically like ninjas, like assassins.
We're not warriors.
Oh, I thought slayer like Buffy.
No.
No, we're assassin, rogue, we're rogue,
Ranger.
They're sneaky sneak. Assassin's Creed.
In medium armor and shields, for some reason. I think it's a confused class, honestly.
You just have an opinion about everybody's character, don't you, Richard?
I have an opinion about everything, Philip.
He wrote my character, so he understands how confused she is.
What's your opinion on Ariana Grande's new single?
Shit.
You don't even know what it is.
Don't need to.
There's a new single.
I don't know.
It's just Richard has an opinion.
Okay, thank you. Next. Who?
That was good, Philip. Anyway. That was really good. Richard, did you get that reference?
No, of course I didn't. That was a reference?
But it is now, it's Brindley's turn. Or Carrie.
It is Carrie. Carrie is already transformed. Don't have to worry about any of that. But Carrie is going to fly. So she's going to raise up. And she is going to start singing her song so that everybody gets a +1 to their weapons.
Yay.
Magical weapons, everybody.
Holler.
Magic weapons. Making it much easier to hit these incorporeal things.
Things? You said things. That was plural.
Well, we haven't seen what happens yet.
Told you they're all going to be these little beast children.
If they all come at the same time, I quit.
It'd be a lot easier.
Don't worry, you'll be dead.
It would be great if they did that, because then I would have a good reason to use all my channels. I'm so conflicted right now because I have spells for this, but it's like, what are we gonna face? Conservation is very much on my mind.
And I guess that's my turn. I can't. Because I moved up and I did my action is to start singing. So
yep, that is your turn.
That's my turn.
Moved up and you sing. Alrighty, Vivian, back to you. I feel like a newscaster every time I say that.
She's gonna try Positive Pulse once more, so give me another will save.
Okay. Natural 1.
Yay! Okay.
Wait, does he have to roll again for a fumble?
No.
You don't fumble saves.
Okay.
Oh, this is actually really good. I'm glad I tried this again. So, this creepy child is going to take 6 plus 2, so it's going to take max damage, which is 8 points of damage. It doesn't say what kind.
Positive energy.
I guess that makes sense. I knew that.
Well, it is a positive pulse.
Yeah. I'm putting the context clues together. And then it's a 5-foot radius burst, which should capture both Zenobia and Roderick in it as well. And y'all get a +2 bonus on saving throws against death effects, energy drain, negative energy, and effects directly caused by haunts, which there's not a haunt here, so ignore that last part.
That is awesome. It totally applies.
This lasts for 1 round. So,
Still, it's a whole round.
So kill it in this round.
So,
right now.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, it added +2?
+2.
Zenobia and Roderick, I mean, that's great for them since they're like right up on it.
I forgot that was part of the spell, so I'm glad I cast it, and I'm glad it worked. Yay, Gary, thanks for that one.
Is that the first time this one's worked, or did that one work before?
No, this is what I annihilated that one battle.
Yeah, no, it worked really well.
Was that a creature that was in water?
It was Father Grimborough. No, not Father Grimborough.
He's the good one.
The bad father.
Father Charlatan.
Father Charlatan, yeah.
Yeah. It was so great. It was an epic battle of because he was a haunt, and I was able to knock his.
Yes.
I was able to help Roderick. That's when Roderick was stuck in the haunt.
Oh yeah.
And there was at least one save I made because of the bonus.
And then
I remember that. Yeah.
And then I helped blow up some skeletons during that time too. That was a good fight.
We were in the hallway. That was when we were. That was right after we'd gotten the.
And the Piper.
Yeah.
That was a scary fight.
The Peeper.
The Piper. You had the Father Charlatan and several skeletons.
Yeah.
That was a really cool fight. I like that one. Really cool episode.
Good old Harrowstone.
I miss Harrowstone now.
I don't.
I want to visit Tex and Edna.
Is it just because Roderick almost died every episode?
Yeah, that's why I don't miss it.
Don't worry, it's going to happen here. You won't have to miss it.
Alright, I have 2 points of con drain.
I was very surprised when I read drain. That's why I stumbled over it.
That's how you know we're in book 2.
All right, Roderick, it is your turn.
Alright, Roderick is going to... Some green energy emanates out of his hand, and he's going to reach out and attempt to touch this spectral child. It's pretty good. It's 20 even against touch AC.
That'll hit.
Yay.
Alright, so what he has done is he has used his heal hex to touch this incorporeal creature with positive energy.
Oh.
Very cool.
And it's a supernatural ability, so it doesn't provoke.
Ta-da!
Hey, that's
2d8, I rolled an 8 and a 2, so 10 plus my Hexcrafter level, which is 5, so 15 points of positive energy.
Roderick!
Ouchies to the creature.
Listen, may the life put you to rest. And he takes a 5-foot step back.
Messing up
Very
Zenobia's flank.
Yeah, way to ruin it, ruiner.
Okay, so it is Guard's turn. So he is going to not like that very much. But you've moved away, and Zenobia is still standing there right beside him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So he's going to reach out and touch Zenobia.
Kinda like the childlike intelligence.
So 20 against touch.
Philip.
That was a low blow. It was a cheap shot. 20
20
against touch.
against touch, yes, that hits.
Okay, so that is going to be 3 points of negative energy damage, and give me a fortitude save.
13.
That is a fail.
That's the same thing Roderick rolled.
And now you added the +2 to that?
No,
That's what you added the +2.
15.
Still a fail?
15 meets the DC exactly.
Yay, Vivian! Saving lives.
Thank you, Vivian. So I'm sorry, it's -4, you said?
You only took 3 points of negative energy damage.
Yes. So after he does deliver the damage, he is still going to move 20 feet toward the field, but that will provoke from Zenobia.
And I shall swing at him with my holy water intincted 19.
That is a good roll.
That is a great roll.
Yes.
Is that critical threat on
Is that
mace?
critical?
Also,
No.
remember your
No, it has to be a 20.
You're magical.
But she was already magic.
And does that stack?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's,
it does
it's
stack.
another +1.
Does that have +1 to damage?
Yes.
Cool.
So that's 19. So that's 19.
It's a hit.
So I have to add it all. It's a hit.
It's a hit.
And D8 is 3 plus 3, 6, 7, 8. I can't study before and I have attack of opportunity, can
You already
Correct.
studied. If you're,
No,
oh, no,
she
you haven't
hasn't.
gotten a study,
So it's not
have you?
studied
Yeah.
Because I don't think I can until it's my turn, right?
Right, correct.
So that's 8
And then the
for
2d4.
for the mace.
And that included Philip's point.
That included Philip's extra magic point. And this is the holy water damage is
Oh, nice,
Oh,
nice,
better.
nice.
7.
So 15
Alright.
points of damage? Halved?
That
is Roger.
about 7 points of damage, and that is enough that when this hit goes through guard, you see like this, almost like this red fire kind of build up inside as he just dissipates and fades away.
And you got your con back. That's awesome.
Goodbye, child.
I actually need to look up ability drain now because I don't remember the rules.
Rest well. I want to
Alright.
find whoever did this, whatever did this, to these children. Zenobia is mad. She doesn't like this abuse of children.
Okay, so I just looked up the rule. It's not as bad as I thought. According to what I'm reading on the internet, the ability drain can still be healed magically. We have a lot of lesser restoration, so we're okay.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is that drain does not heal automatically when you rest.
So as long as you
got
have
to
lesser restoration, you're okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, get over here, Roderick. Oh my, that was quite frightening. Poor child.
That was unsettling.
Roderick, come here. And she's gonna...
I want to find whatever did this to this child.
Absolutely.
Is Timothy still trying to figure out these traps?
I forgot who Timothy was. You said his name earlier. And I was like, who the hell's Timothy? It's like, oh, it's the unseen servant. Yeah, he's still trying to figure out the traps, Gary?
Yeah. I think I found one.
I like. Okay.
Clank.
Yeah, no,
Clank.
that's exactly it. I think.
Clank.
I think I found one, and then the big old clank.
I
You do good work, Timothy. We appreciate you.
He's here for an hour, so
How much does lesser restoration?
1d4.
And how much did you take?
2.
All right.
So Roger is healed for 2.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh, I took a little damage. I don't know if it's worth spending anything on.
Well, Roderick is down 7 hit points now because, as I understand it, the con healed, but he doesn't automatically heal his hit points back.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm down 3 hit points.
All right, let's do a little wand action here.
while they're playing with their wand, it's 25 for the range, and then an hour per level, so 25 in an hour. So I don't know when he's going to go away, but
So he can only search like 25 feet from where you are.
yes.
Yeah. Mummy, you take 5 points of healing,
Excellent. I only needed 3. So
and Richard, you take 8 points of healing.
No, well, that's 9.
Yeah, that's 9 points of healing. Well, the die said 8. You took 7, so it doesn't matter. Everything else is moot.
I just wanted to correct you.
I just want you to point out how great that healing was I just did all over the place.
This is great. So Roderick is going to start looking around Guard's house.
yeah, he like really cares.
Wait, are we near Guard's house?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is a bush outside Guard's house.
Oh, I thought we were in a field.
Well, I mean, we're in the
There's
field.
a field behind
Next to Guard's house.
It's really hard to tell with no map drawn.
Okay, Philip, we'll get the coloring book out next time, too. Roderick rolls a 29 perception as he starts looking around the house.
Are you in the house or outside?
Outside.
This house is it's boarded up like some of the others. You don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. Like, you don't see any claw marks up the side of the walls or anything like that. So it's very nondescript.
Okay, and Roderick wants to roll a check just to see So guard dissipated. He wants to make sure that it's a defeated creature. Is he coming back? Is there something else we need to worry about? Or is there some other
Any
information?
trigger we need to destroy or something that might...
Or just any information we can gain from what happened. So would that be a religion, Gary?
Yes, that would be a knowledge religion.
19?
19? It's enough to know that this was a wraith spawn that has been defeated.
Okay. So Roderick says, we won't have to worry about him coming back. He is put to rest.
I'm glad of that. I want to look around the house and see if we can find his... We're still outside, but can we figure out which room was his?
I don't think we can tell from the outside. We can tell once we're on the inside and then look outside.
And we might have to do some physical moving to get into the house, but, hey, we have Zenobia to look for traps.
So I'm going to start looking at the house and...
Trying to scope out what we can find inside.
Check for any traps, of course, before we enter it. Do I need to roll for that, Gary?
I'll say that you're taking your time with this one. So with that, you don't really need to roll for it.
Good.
Because it was a 1.
Don't tell him that.
A trap spawns.
A trap sprung, yes. Which, of course...
There's a trap that wasn't even there. You just hear one of the traps in the back, the bear traps, just going off.
My armor class actually goes up if I get caught in a trap.
Yeah, you got that danger sense now, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you look all around the house. There's no traps here. You can probably pull some of the boards down to get inside. You do... the main thing to notice here is that there's no signs of struggle anywhere inside. It just looks like it's been abandoned for a while.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Had they locked the front door?
It was boarded up.
Boarded up. Thank you.
I really think we should look at the last child's house. I really think we should look at Karen's house first. I think it's going to have the most information for us.
Roderick sort of unfolds his map. So we can cut through the center of town. We will pass by Rachel's house, and that will be on the way to Karen's.
That's all right.
On the way to Karen's, going by Rachel's house, Rachel's house is right by the chapel, which is where the cemetery is.
Oh, and looking at the map, the cemetery is there too.
Ah, excellent. I think you're correct. This is the way to get the most information.
Yeah, since we didn't find anything here.
There's nothing drawn on my map.
So...
Before we make it to the other side of town, Vivian has killed the entire party.
Not me.
Something takes her over.
The entire stupid party.
Something takes her over and she's filled with a murderous rage that you have not observed before.
What could it be?
All right. Yes, so what will we come across first? The chapel?
Yes.
All right, let's head that way.
The chapel and cemetery are right in the center of town, so you have to go through that to get to Karen's house.
Perceptions as we're going.
And from the map, it looks like Rachel's house is attached to the chapel. Is that right?
I wouldn't say it's attached. I would just say it's right beside it.
Okay, so there's an alley between them.
Yeah.
Richard didn't want me to roll well on perception, so he knocked my dice.
That's what we do when we share a dice tray, and my dice are metal.
So I got a 19 perception as we're going. Just
15.
Keeping my eye out for demon children.
Roger got a 22.
Bear traps.
This die is definitely treating me better than the other one.
Wild dogs. Toads.
Am I seeing any traps?
No traps as you're going through.
Tumbleweeds. I'm trying to think of what else there would be. Bunnies.
A wind.
What is the lyric? Rolling along like a tumbling tumbleweed.
I don't know that song.
We sang that in high school. I sang that.
It's in Big Lebowski.
It existed before Big Lebowski.
R.I.P. Kenny Rogers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way.
Absolutely.
He wrote, "Just walked in to see what condition my condition was in."
Which he sang with
Neil Diamond Phillips?
First edition.
That is one of my favorite movies.
What?
Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski. Okay.
Wait, no, who did he sing it with?
It was a group called the First Edition.
It was a new edition with Bobby Brown, right?
Did you say Neil Diamond?
Yes, she did.
That's like one of those before and afters from Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune.
I know that's one of your things, but it's still weird every time I hear it.
Well, you can't even imagine how confusing it was for me.
Well, and the best part again is confuse Neil Diamond with Lou. Diamond Phillips.
He prefers to be called LDT.
But in my head, it looks like Tom Jones. It's not unusual.
What's funny is watching everyone laugh at this story again, even though we've already told it before.
Oh, I don't remember your story.
Oh, we saw Neil Diamond Phillips.
Lou Diamond Phillips?
Yeah, Lou.
Yeah, we saw Lou Diamond Phillips, and he was wasted.
It's like Noel and I were saying, like, he's really not making any sense. Like there wasn't a complete thought anywhere.
Because it was a speaker series.
Lou
thing.
Diamond Phillips, not my Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing a speaker series, and then we were just like, man, this is a weird talk he's doing.
Finished a thought.
And then, like, two weeks later, he got busted for a DUI, and we were like, oh.
But I think he also, towards the end of the lecture, was telling about the luncheon he'd been to all afternoon. It's like,
yeah.
Well, there's your problem.
Yeah.
And he was pretty toasty. He was funny.
It was really funny. It was entertaining.
Some people are just charismatic. They have high charisma scores.
Alcohol helps.
Alcohol helped him, yeah.
In most RPGs, it'll give you a +2.
Being drunk?
Drinking. Once you cross a threshold, it starts to go negative. Okay,
anyway, let's go on. The show must.
Despite pandemics and shelter-in-place rules, the show must go on.
I think here's not shelter in place. What was it called? Stay safe, y'all.
Stay home, y'all.
Right? They were very passive about it.
Well, actually, I found it kind of endearing. It was a little bit more softly delivered than
that one mayor. His suit was so bright. It's like
I didn't see the conference.
He had like a ultraviolet suit. Anyway, R.I.P. Kenny Rogers.
Yes.
So anyway, heading in toward the chapel, you get toward the center of town, and this town is very eerie because there's
no shit, Gary.
Yeah, you don't say.
It's just that
there's dead children floating around. Yeah,
at least it's outside.
Yeah,
nighttime.
You're outside, but there's no movement. There's no birds flying over. There's no random animals moving around. It's just very still.
Is there crickets though?
No.
Well, that's gonna be difficult for me to put sound in later.
How about cicadas?
Bzz, bzz,
no.
Let's go down our list of bugs.
How about spring peepers?
I've never heard of what is spring peepers.
Frogs. You've heard them.
Oh, I've heard them, but I've never heard them called that.
Yeah.
No life whatsoever.
What about June bugs?
It's only March.
Can you hear June bugs?
Yes, you can. They make that bzzz, and you think they're bees, but they're not bees. Also, then
they hit
Christmas,
the door.
They also call them Christmas beetles in South Africa.
They're like half dead by the time they're born. They're crazy.
I'm pretty sure Gary said there's nothing.
Nothing.
No mosquito hawks. No nothing.
I'm sorry, Gary. We got a little bit of cabin fever. You have to forgive us.
Recording during quarantine is very odd.
It's very hard to corral the group when I'm not even there.
Yeah, we don't even get to see your... I'm the only one seeing your annoyed expressions.
Could you even do that, though?
This is like...
He had a hard enough time when he was present. Now he's absent. It's even worse.
This is like parents watching their kids at home with the Ring cameras.
Oh, I thought you meant with the Ring. They were watching the Ring.
That'll get him to
That's
behave.
a terrible thing to do.
But anyway, it's creepy as hell. There's no... there's basically no life going on around here. You get to the chapel, and Zenobia, you're a follower of Desna, right?
Yes, I am.
Potential convert to Pharasma.
Potential convert to Pharasma.
We were just talking today about, she might convert to Pharasma, but for the time being.
Yeah. Well, you would definitely recognize the symbols of Desna on this chapel.
So this is really the first time I've seen any Desna symbols.
Yeah.
In this campaign.
It's funny, you just mentioned that before we started recording, and now all of a sudden...
Wow. It's like someone was listening. It's very, very weird.
It's almost like when you're playing a tabletop RPG, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I tell my colleagues, this is Desna's symbol. I recognize this.
Yes, the butterfly.
So you get up to the chapel. The door is kind of leaning open, so this one's not boarded up and locked up. If you
we're gonna get married. Sorry, Elizabeth and I were staring at each other. We're about to explode with that. Couldn't help it.
We're going to the chapel. Do I make the sign of Desna?
Again with the pantomimes.
Mother is pantomiming a butterfly flying.
Butterfly. Anyway, so you peek through the door or go inside.
I'm gonna look at the door first because it's not boarded up. Does it look like someone opened it recently?
No, it just looks like nody ever boarded this chapel up.
That's what I was wondering. So yeah, we'll sneak up. Not actually sneaky.
Is it worth trap sensing? Can't hurt, right?
No, it can't.
Thank you, Carrie, for the affirmation. Are you still Carrie?
While you weren't
Renly?
looking, he turned into Renly.
Well, that's not going to do it. 18, and what is it, half again?
It'd be half your Slayer level, so 20.
20.
So you don't notice any traps or anything as you go up. So do you go inside?
No. Yes, we go inside.
If we don't,
Okay,
it sort of screws up what you have written, right?
Well, I can skip over it, but...
Maybe recording under quarantine was a bad idea.
No, I think it's good.
Forgive us, listeners, for any stray tangents we go on.
I don't feel bad because I know y'all are just as crazy as we are right now.
Seriously.
So we've got Roderick and Zenobia leading, and Vivian and Renly following behind.
Is it Renly or Carrie right now?
I told you that he reverted to Renly.
Weren't you listening? He just said that.
So seeing that, Roderick looks back.
Now I know how you feel. Noelle.
All the time.
So Roderick looks back and sees Renly again. He's like, kind of elbows him, like, "Hey, do you want to be Carrie? I don't want to waste any time."
Do you want to be Carrie?
I definitely do not.
Because it's a broken character.
Whatever your issues are, they're not mine.
I've got my own issues.
I have my own issues, and they're different. We could have a cry session later, but right now is not the time.
But I'm
what
sure
has happened to your accent?
I'm sure they're all daddy issues still, though, right?
For sure.
Well, yes, because he's dead. Thank you very much for that.
And
we saw him the other day.
He's not dead.
Oh yeah, you just reminded me. He's not actually dead. He's a werewolf.
Thanks, asshole.
He's yelling this all throughout the chapel. I just try to provide some sound, tactical advice, and he goes prodding into my deepest, darkest issues.
He's totally lost his accent.
Totally lost his accent.
He's talking in his head.
He's a fraud.
I think when he thinks without his accent.
Yes, but he said he was yelling this.
Yeah, you hear that? I thought all that. Gary.
You're thinking very loudly in the chapel.
Roderick, I can see you thinking. Please.
He's got a vein pulsing in his forehead.
Please calm down.
But anyway, once you go inside the chapel, you do see that some grass and other things have started to take over the inside. So some of the pews are kind of overgrown with ivy and grass, things like that. Some of the stained glass windows in here that had pictures of Desna and the heavens and the like, they've started to flake. Some of them are shattered. There is a holy water font that is turning green, but it is still holy water.
Oh, excellent.
Isn't it the color silver turns when it corrodes?
It's copper. No, silver goes black.
Oh.
Yeah,
Copper when it
goes green.
oxidizes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think he's more saying there's algae growing in it.
Can it grow with the silver?
Yes. It's holy algae.
Oh, okay. It's good aligned algae.
I'm imagining a bunch of little algae in little Pope hats. Like a parade of bishops, but it's little algae.
What was it in Plankton? SpongeBob.
SpongeBob,
right?
yeah.
A clerical plankton.
Yes, clerical plankton. So, I have an empty bottle.
Hey, it still works. Fill it up.
Yep.
There is enough holy water in this font to fill about 5 flasks.
Do you have a bunch of empty bottles? Mine are full, so I'm fine.
I only have the empty one that I emptied this time.
Roderick actually has a couple empty ones.
Alrighty.
Because I only have 2 full ones, but I only destroyed one of mine.
Well, let's fill them up if we can.
And while they're doing that, Vivian will be looking around.
Okay.
And not seeing too much.
Is there any holy water left in the font after we fill our bottles?
He said there's 5, and you guys filled 3.
Yeah, so there's still 2 left.
I want to,
Thinking about using it if we fight in here.
Well, if we fight in here too, but I'm also thinking just to sanctify the place.
Yeah.
While we're in it, just pouring a little in each corner. And
yeah, let's see if anything jumps at us first.
Right.
Yes.
Speaking of which...
The only things you really see in here, especially Vivian, as you're looking around, you notice that basically where any of the items of value would have been kept are gone. Like some of the cabinets have been broken into, like people have been in here and kind of stolen things.
Looked at the place. Yeah.
It's like the town was in quarantine.
Yeah, basically.
There's no toilet paper anywhere in here.
That was the first thing to go.
You start to
and then the
move
bottles
into-
of holy water.
You start to move into one of the corners where there's a cabinet, see if there's anything left in there, and several mice run out.
I was about to be like, if there's a giant spider in this cabinet, I'm done.
Just some mice, but they're not attacking or anything. They squeak and run across.
That was dangerously close to being a swarm of rats.
No, it wasn't really, Roderick. Don't hyperbolize. Hyperbolate.
Don't catastrophize.
Yeah, that too.
Next time it will be a swarm.
So you don't really see anything else in here, but as y'all are looking around, you do see a door that opens up back to the graveyard in the back.
Head that way.
While we're walking, I'm going to touch my head just for a second.
Renly can't handle the graveyard. It has to be Carrie to look at this.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like something's coming, so I'm going to go ahead and change.
Roderick rolls perception as we approach.
I'm going to slip into something a little more
Carrie.
comfortable.
So 25 for Roderick.
25 for Roderick. With that, it's very easy to identify the graves of the 6 children. So you can find them. They're all kind of lined up there in a row. It shows their names. It has the dates, so it's very easy to recognize them.
They all died very close in time to each other.
Well, we don't know that because the townspeople made these and they don't know when those kids died.
Yes, they do.
No, they
The
don't.
witnesses
though.
told us.
The witnesses are liars.
Well, we know that too.
I think the point Roderick was making is these are their graves.
Well,
Yes.
I know that, but I'm saying that we don't know. There's nobody in there.
At least 4 of them. No one's in there.
Right.
There's 2 of them that have people in them, presumably. Vivian's praying as we're reach these graves.
I have no desire to disturb these graves, but we should at least observe them to see if we can decipher anything.
Well, we still have holy water left over. I'm going to make sure there's holy water poured onto each grave.
Yes, we should sanctify the graves and also sanctify the chapel.
I agree.
Okay. So, Zenobia, you're pouring holy water onto the graves.
And performing religious rites, and specifically Zenobia, because she's a follower of Desna, she knows the Desnan rites.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm depending also on the cleric who is clerical.
All right. So as you're going through pouring holy water on the graves, doing the rites for those, once you get to Rachel's grave, you're about to pour the holy water on, and another ghastly figure rises up out of the grave.
Ugh.
Oh.
It's another child. And we're rolling
She
for
looked
initiative.
pissed.
She's not happy.
Guess what I rolled?
And you said this was Rachel's grave. She was one of the 4 children who just disappeared, right?
Yes. Along with Guard.
I'm glad that I turned into Carrie.
So for the listeners at home, we've got these 6 graves in front of us. Zenobia is standing in front of the 4th grave, which was Rachel's, and Vivian is standing next to her, presumably next to Elsa's grave. And then Roderick is
Behind Vivian.
back left to Vivian, and Carrie is back right to Zenobia. And we've got a scary wraith child in front of us.
Which we fought one before, and they're not the biggest threat, but we also can't take them lightly.
Also, do you even have any more positive pulses left?
Yeah.
She's got positive pulses for days.
Yeah, I've got one left.
One day. And then we're out of toilet paper.
One day more. Oh, initiatives. Do you want those numbers?
Yeah, so let's get those initiative numbers. Vivian.
13.
And Roderick.
Natural 1 for 2.
Ooh. Zenobia.
5.
5. And Renly / Carrie.
8.
We rolled really high on initiative this time.
I did well. Don't lump me in with y'all's failure.
Now we're ready to go for that one.
We were really in the moment.
Anyway, Rachel is up first. Shocker.
Yeah, we rolled so high.
She is going to, since she has Vivian and Zenobia right there, she is going to, I'm going to roll a D4. Evens are Zenobia. Odds are Vivian. Odds.
No.
It's going for Vivian.
Natural 20.
Oh no!
Oh, come on with this.
Really?
Rolling to confirm.
And she's named.
That was a 13 against touch to confirm.
That hits.
Oh no!
Come on.
That's crit.
Got it. Confirmed critical on this incorporeal touch.
I want to read it. It's my, it's gonna affect me.
And this was the episode we lost Vivian.
Oh, look. It says nothing happened.
Oh, awesome! Yay! Whose turn is it?
So this would be magic, right?
Yeah, there's no physical damage.
Yeah.
Wild Surge. Normal damage and normal damage of a random energy type.
That's actually better than the thing that would have happened for you.
Right?
Yeah.
Normal damage and normal damage of a random energy type.
That means you don't take double con damage.
How do you pick the random energy?
You roll a die.
You roll a d4, yeah.
Okay.
We roll dice in this game, Philip.
What are dice? Should I have brought some?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. It's normal damage, so let's see how much negative energy you take. 4 points of negative energy.
Okay.
And it would be normal damage of a random energy type. So how many energy types we got, so I know what die to roll.
So let's go 1 acid, 2 cold, 3 fire, 4 sonic.
Okay. Sonic.
Alright. Normal damage as sonic energy.
So 2 points of sonic damage. So we've got 4 points of negative energy damage, 2 points of sonic damage, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, 18.
You feel alright.
All right.
Considering.
All things considered.
All things considering.
Are her ears ringing?
Probably at least a little bit.
She probably doesn't even know it's damage. It just seems to be part of the horror of the situation. Oh, my stars and garters. That's how she's feeling.
Anywhere we can get into a flank?
Not with all these gravestones here.
You can jump over a gravestone.
Yeah, I mean, you've rolled a check, but then that would also provoke. It's complicated.
Indeed. So since she's done that touch, she's also going to do a 5-foot step back behind the gravestone.
Alrighty.
And the gravestone moved with her.
So now we can flank.
I was reminded of, those cartoons where they move the bushes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
She moves her gravestone instead. All right, Vivian, it is your turn.
Let's do a positive pulse. Give me a will save.
Natural 20.
I don't like Rachel very much, I must say.
I'm over Monica, so.
So, young Rachel, played by a young Jennifer Aniston.
I think I messed this up last time. You guys, aren't, you guys still get the bonus.
Yep, even if the creature fails to save.
Yeah, so...
Or passes the save, I meant.
And by you guys, I mean no one, because none of us are within this 5-foot burst.
Good job.
So never mind.
Wait, no. I thought Zenobia...
No, because she's moved back.
Would have been otherwise.
Because Rachel moved back.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's not you, it's her.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so Rachel saves on the positive pulse. Anything else for your round, Vivian?
Yeah, she's gonna step behind Zenobia.
Okay, stepping behind Zenobia.
She's really having a hard time with
She's flanking Zenobia.
She's having a really hard time with demon children.
Yes.
Evidently. All right, Carry the One.
Carry the One is going to fly up and start her song.
Very good. Flying up, starting your song. So everyone has a +1 to their weapons. Magical bonus to your weapon. Okay.
Yay.
Zenobia.
So I have to step forward to swing, right?
You'd have to move over or over around the gravestones. So, what do you think, Gary? Would it be an acrobatics check, or would you just count it as difficult terrain?
Just difficult terrain.
All right. So you can move into a threat. You can move into a threatened square, and so you don't provoke.
Okay. As I'm doing this, I'm quick drawing. Oh, I already had holy water in my hand, didn't I?
Yeah, you were busy with it.
So I splash it on my mace.
Mm-hmm.
Step up or step over and take a swing. All right, 12.
That's a pretty good roll.
13, 20, 21.
That'll hit.
And that's a 1d8 plus 1d8. So that's a 6, 10, 11. 11 on the mace.
The magic that I gave you?
Yes, and the fact that it's magic.
Cool.
And then 2d4 for the holy water.
And that's 7 on the holy water.
Oh, nice.
So, so what did I say?
18 total?
Yes.
Okay, so she will take 9 points of that.
That's some.
And that's it. I can't move back at this point, right? I can just...
No, you moved up. You can't move back.
Yeah. Sorry, child.
She's not happy. All right, Roderick, your turn.
All right, Roderick is going to cast Burning Hands at the spectral image. I need a reflex save from you.
8.
Well, that fails, so she takes 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That's before it's halved.
Nice. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Roderick is going to move into the flank with Zenobia, stepping around the gravestones.
Very good. Okay. Back to the top of the order with Rachel. She doesn't like fire, but she also doesn't like being hit with holy water, so I'm going to roll a d4 again. Evens are Zenobia, odds are Roderick.
As it should be.
Going after Roderick.
Of course.
Okay, another incorporeal touch. It's a natty 19, so that's going to be a 24 against touch.
Of course it is.
That's a miss. All right, give it to me.
4 points of negative energy damage, and then I need you to make a fortitude save.
That's better. This is 17.
Okay, you seem okay for now.
Whew, avoid that con damage again.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to calculate on top of other things.
Right. And then she will take a 5-foot step and a diagonal to where that other gravestone is by Roderick.
Again, bringing the gravestone with her.
So she's above it? Is she on it? She's through it?
Well, she's incorporeal, so yeah, she's through it.
She could be whatever she wants.
She can move through it with no problems. All right, Vivian, it is your turn.
Vivian is going to cast Burst of Radiance.
Okay, what does that do?
I'll tell you what it does, Gary. I will tell you what it does when I find the page. Give me a reflex save.
Reflex save. Not our best. 14.
Okay, so that just makes it.
Wait, is that a second level spell?
Yes.
What's your wisdom modifier?
I don't know. What the hell is my wisdom modifier? 3.
So it should be DC 15, which means it fails.
Oh, I was looking at my level 1 spell. That's sorry. Okay, so yes. Yes, that fails. Yay!
Okay.
Nice
I'm glad I'm here to correct her.
Nice work.
Okay.
Nice work.
You know, she's not going to thank you for that correction. She only just gets mad at you for the correction.
Depends on how he presents it.
Right.
So she is blinded for 1d4 rounds, and then she takes... We're level 5, right?
Yep. Nice. I see 2 4s.
8, 12, 13, 14, 15. You take 15 points of damage. Evil creatures in the area of the burst take.
Try.
Again, it doesn't say what kind of damage it is.
It's good.
Magical damage.
Radiant damage, as it were.
Yeah, it's light.
Which purifies.
So, Gary, I'm looking at the blinded, and I was like, undead are immune to blind, right? And it says it doesn't say that they are. And it says they're immune to everything that requires a fortitude save. That was a reflex save.
It was, so it does take that. Trying to look at this creature specifically to see if it says anything about blinding.
It starts with death effects, disease, mind affecting, paralysis, poison, sleep, stun.
Oh, it says it takes triple damage?
It's like, you can't blind a ghost, but apparently you can.
Boy, that's got to be confusing for it.
All right.
Really?
Yep, it can be blinded.
All right.
Shocking.
More importantly, 15 points of damage. I don't know. It doesn't say what it is. So, was it just magic damage?
Yeah, when it doesn't specify, it's usually just magic damage.
So, 7 then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would still be half.
It's coming from a corporeal source. It is a good chunk. And I will say, since it's a radiant burst, I'll say it's like positive energy.
Or something to that effect, yeah.
Well, wouldn't that be full damage then?
No, even positive energy is only half against incorporeal creatures.
Oh, okay.
All right. There we go.
I'm glad someone else knows the rules so I don't have to.
That's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Renly, it is your turn.
So, I mean, Renly is just going to continue singing because I have to say that.
Mm-hmm.
She'll get on you if you don't.
So I'm going to continue singing, and then I'm going to draw and fling out my chakram.
Which is now magical, thanks to the song.
Dun, 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 dun.
So that is... It's a 20.
A 20. That'll hit.
Sweet.
Yay.
This is the first
Actually,
time
no, it's a 21 because it's ranged.
Magical.
Yes. So it's 1d8 plus 1. This one, which is max damage.
Of course it is.
So 8, 9, plus magic is 10. And you have that for 5.
5 points of damage.
Yay!
And it cuts through her spectral form and then chinks off the gravestone underneath her.
Zenobia, your turn.
Well, I'm going to take that 5-foot step. Can I? I can't flank,
No, but you can study.
but I can study. Yes, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to swing. Alrighty. Dang it! Why can't I make it a 20? It's another 19.
Still good enough.
It's still good enough. So it hits right
That'll hit.
by the time I add everything. 1d8. Not quite as good. 4, 7, 9 on the mace. 6 on the holy water. So that's 15
total.
7 points of damage then.
15 total. Halved would be 7. All right. She's still kicking.
Do I have to reapply holy water now?
Next round,
Since
yes.
I've hit twice?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's kicking, but is she... Do ghosts get bloodied? I don't remember.
We're not bleeding.
Incorporeal things aren't going to be.
Is she ectoplasming?
That's gross.
Sounds wrong.
It does sound wrong.
We're going to have one of these for combat, aren't we? So Roderick is going to do the same thing again to this creature. Green energy forms in his hand. He's going to make a touch attack.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's a 21.
That hits.
Alright, so once again, 2d8 plus 5. That's not as good. That's 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. So with that, as Roderick reaches out and this green energy touches this wraith spawn, that green energy radiates through her body, and then she disappears.
Poof. Be free.
What a mess.
I do not enjoy doing that.
No. No, it's not pleasant.
Don't enjoy what? Winning?
I don't like her.
We're going to finish holy watering the graves, yes?
Yeah, and it looks like this wraith spawn disappeared the same as the last.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this one disappeared the same as the last.
And Roderick is sort of looking around. It's like, it's only our testimony, but this is evidence. If these children were killed by a wraith and became wraith spawns...
Oh,
Horus
yeah.
couldn't have done it.
Yeah, I mean, that means they weren't killed by Horus.
Oh, Roderick, you're right.
Do we have any wraith? Oh, wait, no.
What?
Is there any
Again.
ectoplasm for us to scoop up?
Is there any wraith?
Residue?
Do you have any haunt or wraith siphons we can use?
No, Renly, I don't think it works that way.
Carrie. My name is Carrie.
It's difficult to tell with you.
I don't think so, Roderick. They look very different.
When I have boobs, I'm Carrie.
Could we move along here?
Is there any ectoplasm to scoop up or anything like that?
No, there is not. However, you figure if you find the main wraith that is creating the wraith spawns, you might have something to take back.
Cool.
Yes, I haven't found anything physical, but I mean, our testimony has to be worth something.
We can't prove it, is his point. And we have to find the thing that created them.
Yes, so let's continue on.
Okay. So, you finish sanctifying the graves here in the graveyard. You make your way over to Rachel's house, look around there. It's very similar to Guard's house in that it's kind of the same method of doors boarded up. There's no, damage or anything on the inside. So nothing new of note to find at Rachel's house.
Mm-hmm.
You start making your way through town toward Karen's house.
Now, Karen was the girl who was dead in her own bed.
The last one to be killed
Yes.
after Horus had left town.
After Horus had left town.
She was the last one to die. This house, as you get there, it It appears to be in a much better condition than the others in the village. It's the door's shut and barred up like the others have been, but it looks like someone had stayed here longer than anywhere, like any of the other houses, so it's still in pretty good condition.
Interesting.
So I need to do some trap sensing.
Yeah, let's perceive the outside of this house.
20.
17.
You don't notice any traps around this house.
All right. I still have to do it. It's like the rogue is taking over in me. I have to spring up on all the walls.
She's changing. So, and we don't see anything of note outside the house?
Nothing of note outside the house. Obviously, you still notice that there's no scratch marks or anything like that going up. This house is a 2-story house compared to some of the 1-story ones that you've seen so far.
Is there a ladder up against any window?
There is no ladder. Nothing of that.
Is there a trellis?
Not really a trellis. Seems like the only good way to get in is through the front door.
I guess the only good way in is through the front door.
Other people are changing to Captain Obvious.
I don't think I have to change.
So with this one, since the door is so well boarded shut, it will require you to kind of get those boards off. So whether that be breaking
Roger has a crowbar.
Not only that, but we have an invisible servant.
The hour is up. So
Yeah,
we don't. I've only prepared.
Really? An hour's gone by?
Probably.
Roger pulls his crowbar. I've been waiting for this my whole life. All I've ever wanted to do is pry wood off of a door.
Is crowbar something off?
Well, here's your chance.
So he starts going nuts, ripping the wood off.
I cast guidance.
Roll a strength check for me.
Okay.
Got a +1 for me. Roderick.
It's a 12.
It's not really budging.
That was a natural 7.
So
On his
Zenobia comes up and gets on another little inch of...
She grabs a crowbar and says, "Move."
I'm sorry, it was a 13. I forgot the guidance bonus.
Still doesn't budge.
Okay, so Zenobia and Roderick together.
Yeah, so
Guidance
Roger
on
tries
both.
again. Zenobia will roll to 8. That's better.
I rolled a 12.
Yeah, so it's an 8, so it's a +2. So it's a total of 19.
19. So it barely is prying open, but it's enough to get the boards unstuck.
Look at the size of these nails. They're enormous. They've had business when they boarded this up.
It's like they didn't want people to get in.
Too bad we have to investigate.
No, I want to find whatever created these wraith children.
Well, as Vivian said, Karen's house might be the most logical place to check.
And here we are.
And here we are. So we open the door.
Okay. So you open the door, you go inside, and you see a very neat and tidy house. It's got, the kitchen and dining room, and the living area is downstairs. It's very well kept. It's not really dusty. Nothing really to see other than that downstairs. You make your way upstairs, looking through, and you see 2 bedrooms upstairs. One that obviously looks like probably the parents' bedroom, and then you see a little girl's room. When you come in here, make another perception check.
We make Vivian go first.
Well, Vivian rolled a 9, so...
Roger got a 25.
I got a 12.
16. 26.
Okay. So with 26 specifically, you're able to see that the window to this room latches from the inside and is latched shut. There's no signs of scuff marks on the ground. It's, again, not very dusty in the room. But you can definitely tell that if Horace would have been the one to kill Karen in her bed, how did he get up 15 feet from the ground with no scuff marks, the windows latched from the inside, and no scuff marks in here?
We take a picture with our cell phones.
The little imp.
Yeah. I mean, we knew Horace didn't do it, but I mean, this is just further proof.
It's good news, but it's also so sad.
Yeah.
That means someone in her own house killed her.
Or the Wraith.
Or she was tempted out by one of these Wraith children. They come out to play.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
However, Zenobia, I'm not ruling out the parents because this was different than the others because the body was found.
Yeah. I hope that's not the truth.
So we don't see anything else up here?
No, you don't really see anything else up here. So as you are here in the room looking around, you're finding more and more evidence that, Horace didn't commit this crime. You hear that same childish laugh.
Nope.
In the hallway behind you.
No.
Not behind us.
And you look out into the hallway, and in the shadows of the hallway, you just see these two little glowing eyes looking back at you.
No, Gary, we don't. I close my eyes.
Did you come to play? And we'll see you next week.
Oh, come on. I don't like this at all.
Gross.
Devil children. The corn should have been a hint.